Okay, so this is Ed Puzzle number 33, and we are going to be talking about the quadratic formula. In Ed Puzzle 32, we talked about the quadratic formula, and I gave you one example. So in this one, I made a survey and I asked you, would you rather do an Ed Puzzle and IXL or a longer Ed Puzzle with questions? And most of you picked the longer Ed Puzzle with questions. So let's talk about the quadratic formula. You start with, now you don't have to memorize the quadratic formula, but after you do so much practice, a lot of times you do memorize it. So it's going to be x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times the a times the c. Okay, and hopefully you have that written down. Please make sure you're taking notes so that you can send them to me. All divided by 2 times the a. When they're next to each other, when two numbers are next to each other, that means you multiply. So let me zoom in to make sure that you have it written down. Make sure you copy. Pause it if you need to. Okay, so we need to know what these a, b, and c's are to be able to use the formula. So a is the coefficient of x squared. That means how many of there are of the x, when it has the x squared, what numbers in front, or however many numbers there are for the x squared, that's the a. For b, b is the coefficient of x, the one with the x. And then c is the one without x or y. Okay, so copy, because that's, you need to know that to be able to know which one's the A and B, C, so you can put them in the formula. Now, we've done something where this gives you the roots. The whole point of this is this gives you the zeros, the x-intercepts of the graph. Now, this is in case you don't have a graph, you can't make a graph. We're looking for these right here. That's what the formula is going to be able to tell you to the exact decimal. Some of you were using the calculator and it won't, the graphing calculator, and it doesn't tell you to the exact decimal, but this one will. Now we're going to practice this, and then at puzzle 34, it's going to be without a calculator, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, but we are going to use DESMOS for this one. Okay, so let's do an example so everybody is clear on what we're doing. And then you'll have some examples at the end. So we need to identify the A, B, and C. So A is the one I like to circle because it has x squared. B is the one with the x, and then C doesn't have x or y. So this has a squared, so I circle. This one has an x, so I squiggly, and this one doesn't, so I underline. Okay, so then my A, I'm going to write down my A equals, how many x squares do I have here? I just have 1 because I can see a 1. If it was 2, it would have a number 2 in front. So A equals to 1, the number 1, because there's 1 of them. The B is right here, this negative 10. And then C is, perfect, 24. Okay. So that's my ABC. You need to know what they are. Now I can put them in my formula. When it says negative B, that doesn't mean it's always negative. That means you change the sign to negative. If it's positive, it changes to negative. If it's already negative, it changes to positive. So here I have a negative 10. I have to change it to a positive 10. So it's going to be positive 10. Now the formula says I do two things. I do the plus and I do the minus, because anytime you take the square root of something, there are two answers, a positive answer and a negative answer. So I'm going to do the positive answer first, and I'll show you what you're going to do when you get to the calculator. Okay. Square root, parentheses, the b squared. So the b was negative 10, minus the 4 times the A is 1, times the C, which is 24. And then I'm going to close that parentheses, all divided by 2 times the A is 1. So for this one, we're gonna be using the DESMOS calculator to put it in our calculator. Make sure you copy. Pause it if you need to. And we're just gonna use the scientific calculator for this one. It's taking a minute to load. Oh my goodness. Come on. Okay, so we're going to use our DESMOS calculator, and we're going to put this in the calculator just like we have it on paper. So this is what we have on paper. And we're going to type this into our into our DESMOS scientific calculator. So the first thing I like to do is I like to go to this part here first, the A over the B. And so the first thing I'm going to type in is the 10 because I had to change sign. I'm going to only do the plus first and then the square root. The square root is right here underneath this squared. Everybody see that? And then I'm going to put parentheses. I have typed in exactly as I have it on paper. Then the squared, oops, minus parentheses 4 times the A, which is 1, times the C, which is 24, all over 2 times the 1. And so that's one of my answers. One of the solutions is 6. So that's what I'm going to write down on paper. Now, what I'm going to do next is do the other solution. Because remember, I'm not sure why my screen went blank, but remember there's 2 solutions, the plus and then the minus. So what I'm going to show you is the minus one now. And so I did the plus, now I'm going to do the minus. So, because when you take the square root of something, you get 2 answers, the positive and the negative. Now, what I'm going to do, because I can use this calculator, is I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to paste it. So I just scrolled over it. I pressed Control C as in copy, and I pasted it. Now I'm going to erase the plus and put a minus. So there's my second answer. I'm going to get 2 answers. Sometimes you'll get 1. It'll be the same answer. But right now I have 2 answers. So my 2 answers, my 2 solutions are 6 and 4. Those are my 2 solutions. So now that's our example. I'm not sure why the screen's going blank, but let me see if I can get it to come back because we need to do some other examples. All right, let's do the next example. What if you have something like this? Okay, so the first thing we need to identify the A, the B, and the C. So copy it. And I would like for you to tell me what the A is, the B, and the C. So what is the A? So the A is the one that you circle, the one with the squared. I have 1 of them, so A equals 1. What about the B? What's the B? The B is the one that you squiggly, the one with X. So what's the B? -8. What is the C? The C is the number without X or Y, the one that you underline. Oh no. So the one that you underline without any X's is the C, so 15. Okay, so good job if you did that correctly. Now we're going to put this in our formula. So what we're going to do is we're going to write -b, change the sign of b, plus minus square root of b squared, minus parentheses 4 times a times c, all over 2 times a. So let's write it in. So what am I going to write for this? If it's already negative, what do I write for -b? I write positive b because it's already negative, so I change the sign. So I'm going to write 8, and then I'm going to write plus minus the square root It looks like super long and crazy, but it's not. You can do it. 8 squared minus 4 times the A, which is 1, times the C is 15, all over 2 times the 1. That's not 1.1, that's times. Okay, little dot means times. So now I would like for you to put this in your DESMOS scientific. So I'm going to zoom in. And I would like for you to put this in DESMOS scientific. Do the plus first. Let's do the plus first. You can't do plus and minus at the same time. Just do plus first. And then tell me what you got. So let's see if you are correct. The first thing I like to do is I like to put this this fraction, because we need to divide. So it was 8 plus the square root of parentheses 8 squared minus 4. Oops, you have to put the parentheses first. 4 times, the times is right here, times the A times the C, 2 times the 1. So good job if you got number 5. If you got 5, if you got that one correct. Now I want you to do the minus. So you're going to copy what you just did. Even if you got it wrong, you can just still type it in correctly now. Let me zoom in to make sure that you have it exactly as I have it. Don't miss the square, don't miss the parentheses, don't miss the minus. That's not 1.1, that's 1 times 1. Okay, you're going to do the same thing on your calculator, but you're going to do minus this time. So I'm going to copy, Control C. You can, oh, I guess it doesn't let you do it, copy right here. And then you're going to press Enter, paste it, Control V. And I'm going to change this plus to a minus. That's what we like about the calculator, that I could do that for us. And so answer, what did you get? The answer should be 3. Good job if you got it correct. Now let's do another example, and then you're going to do quite a few on your own. If you are getting stuck as you're doing this in class, please let me know. I can help you. I could do another example. I could tell you what you did wrong. You can send me a picture on Remind. That would be the fastest way. Or you can share your screen. Okay, let's do another one to make sure everybody understands. Okay, what about this one? So I do the same thing as before. I need to identify the A, B, and C. So for this one, tell me what the A is. The one with x squared. How many A's? 1, because I only see 1 there. If there was a different number, it would be in front, like you would see the number. The B is the one with the x. So it would be, there's a 6 in front of the x. So it's 6. Now, do I have a number here without x? No, I don't see one. So because I don't have anything, nothing is the same thing as 0. So my C for this example is 0. Okay, so now we're going to use the formula. Same formula. Okay, so let's change it. So the first thing, it's going to be, it's positive. I have to change it to negative. Okay, and then I'm going to put plus or minus. That means I do plus and then I do minus in the calculator. Square root of b squared, my b is 6, squared minus 4 times the A is 1, times the C is 0, all over 2 times the A is 1. So now I'm going to put this in my graphing, in my DESMOS scientific calculator. So let's do that now. First thing I like to do is I like to press the fraction symbol. If my computer would move. I like to press this fraction symbol. I already did press it. Oops. I'll just backspace. Okay. There it is already. That way everything can fit like it's supposed to, and I'm just copying what I have on paper. So the negative, what in the world? The negative, I'm going to press the minus symbol to make that a -6, a -6. So oh, I deleted everything. It's fine. Fraction symbol. -6. I'm going to start with the plus, parentheses. What in the world? This is why I have to use like the old kind of mouses, because it just doesn't work. It does its own thing. Okay, so -6 plus, I start with the plus, and then I'm going to do the square root. Here's the square root, parentheses, 6 squared. The squared goes outside the parentheses. Everybody see that? It goes outside the parentheses. Minus 4, otherwise you're going to get it wrong, times the a, which is 1, times the c, which is 0, over 2 times the a, which is 1. So what did you get? Let's see if you're correct. So the first 0 is 0, so 0, 0. Now, to get the other 0, oh my God, if it did it again. I don't know why. See, I'm not even pressing anything. I'm not even touching the mouse. It's fine. If this happens, you'll just type it again on your computer too. Hopefully your mouse is not messing up like mine. You're going to do minus this time. Square root, it's going to be the same thing. I wasn't able to copy last time because my computer closed out of it. Minus 4 times the a times the c. I don't mean like the literal number, the letter c. I'm saying what c stands for. That's why the first step is always to figure out what they stand for. Okay, so for this one, go ahead and make sure this is in your calculator. Tell me what you got when you put minus. So what you should have gotten was -6. So those are my two zeros, 0 and -6. So what I'm going to have you do now is I'm going to share my screen. And what you're going to do is you're going to work on these different problems. And I'm going to stop and ask you what's the A, what's the B, what's the C, and then to tell me the answer for the plus, and then to tell me the answer for the minus. So just pause it as you're doing the different examples. So this is number 1. Tell me the A. Tell me the B. Tell me the C. So stop and put this in your formula. Put in your formula, and then tell me the answer for the plus. Now tell me the answer for the minus. What you should have gotten those should be the 2 zeros. Okay, number 2. Same thing. Tell me the A. Tell me the B. Tell me the C. Put in your formula. Stop the video. And tell me the answer for when it's positive. When it's plus. Now copy paste, change it to minus, and what did you get for that answer? Okay, next one. Same thing. Tell me the A, tell me the B, tell me the C. Okay, now put in your formula. Stop the video. Now tell me the answer for when it's plus. Tell me the answer when it's minus. All right, number 4. Okay, same thing. Tell me the A, tell me the B, tell me the C. Okay, stop, put it in the formula. Put it in your calculator. Tell me the answer for the plus. Now tell me the answer for the minus. Okay, next one. Tell me the A, tell me the B, tell me the C. Now put it into your formula. Stop it, put in the formula. Now tell me the answer for the A, for when you do plus. Tell me the answer when you do minus. Answer should be okay, next one. Tell me the A, tell me the B, tell me the C. Now stop the video, put it into your formula. Tell me the answer when you put plus, when you put it in your calculator. Tell me the answer for minus. Copy it and tell me what you got. Copy it and just change it to minus. Okay, number 7. Tell me the A, tell me the B, tell me the C. Stop the video, put it in your calculator. Tell me the answer when you did plus. Tell me the answer when you did minus. That one doesn't look great. Let me check. Okay, tell me the A for this one. Tell me the B. Tell me the C. Stop the video. Put this in your calculator. Type it in, the A, B, and C. Now tell me the answer when you do plus, and then tell me the answer when you do minus. All right, good job. If you got them all correct, we'll talk about how you can do this without a calculator next time. And we'll see you either in person or in class.